Jane Hicks please come and tell us all about what you do?
Thank you so much, folks. It's great to be here. It's always wonderful to be with Democrats. Even when it's late in the evening, it's fun to be with Democrats. And as I'm working this campaign, I'm beginning to realize how those religious circuit riders felt as I travel around this district. Because, but thank goodness I'm not riding on a horse. That helps a lot. It's good to be driving a car. But you've heard me speak before, and the three issues that I'm interested in particular are strong education, economic recovery, and access to health care. Now, every candidate probably has their issues, but you know, until we address what's happening in Raleigh, it's not going to matter what a candidate's for. Because we've got problems with Art Pope, and we've got problems with the Koch brothers. Well, what have they done to us? They've taken away the earned income tax credit. They've taken away the benefits for unemployed workers. They've stolen from the poor, and they've given to the rich. And they call that tax reform. And I call it reverse Robin Hood. That's what they've done to us. You know, when I was a kid and I was studying social studies, I always thought that we could lose democracy through a war. But I never thought we could lose it through the signature of a pen. And that's what's happened to us. And in 2010, the New Yorker magazine ran an article, and it was about the John Snow race. And they called it North Carolina State for Sale. And that's what happened, and that's what continues to happen. And the New York Times in 2013 had an article, talked about North Carolina being a demolition derby. That the 50 years of social progress that we've made in this state has basically gone down the tubes. Now, I'm for progress, and I know that you're for progress. And we have another opportunity to vote for progress on May the 6th. And that's when we have the opportunity to work together to send Jim Davis home. How many of you want to send Jim Davis home?
Somewhere else.
It's time. Let him go back to his orthodontic practice. I think we can do that. But let me talk about some of the things that I feel like I'm qualified to do. I want to work again in public school education. I have 38 years in public school education. I've been a lead teacher. I've been a school psychologist. I've been a teacher and instructor of math and science. And I want us to restore the education that we have for our children. And I want this to be from pre-K all the way to the university level. I relish restoring that. And I also want to fight for you, fight for our people who didn't get those Medicaid funds. I'm known as a lifelong learner. At age 61, I went to nursing school at Vanderbilt. And I was an honor student. And I feel like I know health care. And I want to give health care to our poorest brothers and sisters. That's 500,000 people in North Carolina. And we need to do that. And I also want to fight for economic recovery. I have 20 years of business experience, and I still run a farm. If any of you want to buy a sheep or a lamb, let me know. I've got one. Come to my farm. It's about time for Easter, and some people like lamb for Easter. But you know, it's been said that you can go to Raleigh and you can talk to people who want to bring business here, and they will come to Western North Carolina. Well, it's more complicated than that. What we need here is private capital. We need infrastructure here, and we've got to provide those things. And also, I need to think about how I'm going to address the people in Raleigh. You can't just reach across the aisle and tell them, I'm here to work with you. Most of those people have their arms crossed. They have their minds closed. And they have their ears closed too. And so that's going to be very difficult. But what I will do for you, I will go there, and with every bill I introduce, with every vote I cast, you folks will be on my mind. And that's what I want to do. And what would it be like to have a senator who's a lifelong learner? What would it be like to have a senator who works for you? What would it be like to have a senator to listen to you? I want to go to Raleigh. I want to beat Jim Davis. Let's send him back to straightening out teeth. Orthodontist aligned teeth. But you know, he misaligned our state. Let's send him back. I want to go to Raleigh for you. Please vote for me. Thank you. Oh, if anybody's got a question, sure. I'm sorry you gave me 10 minutes. I started to vote against that. Okay, does anybody have a question? Raise your hand and I'll be glad to answer. Okay, yes, sir.
Where's the first place you start? In terms of writing, introducing legislation, what's at the very top of your menu?
Well, I think the top of my menu is going to be getting some money back. And I think that's getting rid of this reverse Robin Hood bill, of getting rid of the flat taxes, because that's taking our money away. That's why we don't have money for education or for anything else.
Tax code.
Yeah, I want to work on the tax code. I want to work to restore education because that's important. Our teachers are suffering. Our children are suffering. I want to get some more money in for per pupil expenditure. Because I was in Franklin High School, and in the English class, they were using books that were 17 years old. And some of the desks were put together so that they could share a book. And we need that. I mean, people can talk about iPads all they want to, and those things are important, and that's the way of the future. But we don't have fiber optics network available for every home. And so that's putting our kids at a further disadvantage, those who are poor or don't have that. So I am for education. And another thing I'm going to go for is getting the Medicaid expansion, because that's affecting our hospitals. When I was visiting with Angel Hospital, they were already, I think, $850,000 in the red in 4 months. And you project that over a year and you're about to $2.5 million. So those are the things that I particularly want to work on. I want to work on our businesses too. And one of the things that we've lost is we've lost the Rural Center. Maybe there's some problems with that, but the money's gone into the Department of Commerce. And we've got to make sure that we can get some of that back, particularly if we can get it, as much as we can get for infrastructure. But at least let's try to get some money for grants that we can match with other people putting in infrastructure as well. And so those are the basic things that I want to work for. And I work for you, and I want to listen to you. You know, you may have other ideas and maybe something that's even more important than that. That's what I feel like is important. But keep me in the link and keep talking to me and let me know what's important to you. Any other questions?